Buffalo needs to protect their quarterback. Okay, show me live now. Let's see if I got audio or if it's jacked up like it was on OBS. Come on now, work with me. Tell me there's no echo. Please tell me there's no echo. OBS, come on now, work with me. Okay, now I'm concerned about my other studio because there's no echo. That's great though. Welcome back to Chiefs Chat Live. We're gonna have to use StreamYard for the next little while until I get Streamlabs OBS working because I can't get that echo out of my system, and I don't know what it is, but StreamYard works fine. Anyway, guys, been on point with a lot of the picks tonight. Posted some of them, been watching it, enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying the draft. Man, did the AFC get a little tougher, huh? AFC West. We got some nice picks there. We got Trent Klatz chatting away right now. I don't know what they're saying, but looking at who's left on the board right now, I'm going to go ahead and reset my draft simulator to let it go ahead and catch up to all the picks and see what it says. See if it catches up in time for these guys to keep on chatting and not interrupted. I see myself on the bottom corner of my screen, but am I not moving now? What's going on? Play. Okay, there we go. I see it. Okay, we're still moving. All right, guys. Anyway, I don't know what you guys thought of the draft so far, but it's been pretty entertaining, pretty fun. We're back in a very simple, quiet. So we can change the slide a little bit. Now it's too yellow. That's a little better. All right, normal human light. Who are the Bills going to take right now? If I'm a guessing man, a betting man, Malachi Starks is who I wanted at safety, but he's gone. I like Josh Carnley, but I like Josh Simmons. Simmons even better. Okay, Donovan Ezrawaku. Donovan Ezrawaku. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. I've been not following the draft this year. I've been on set, been acting again, which is nice. But it does cut into football time. So I'm basically running on steam right now with you guys and just trying to get things right. My dog's just looking for a walk right now. I'm just going to have to wait. It's late. They went D-line. Josh Simmons is on the board. Tell me who you guys would rather have. Would you rather have Josh Simmons to add to our offensive tackle group, or would you rather grab Nick Emenwari, who is not a typical Chiefs tight end, Chiefs safety, but he's huge, and he runs a 4.38, and he could be this generation's Cam Chancellor. I wouldn't mind seeing a big, tall, lanky dude back there daring people to throw the ball over him. But Josh Simmons, man, it's a nice offensive tackle. We'll see what happens. They're still behind on the NFL broadcast, but the site, the NFL.com site, has. Oh no, sorry, it's Maxwell Hairston. I was looking at the fake draft thing. Maxwell Hairston, corner from Kentucky, going to the Bills. So they're trying to bulk up their secondary, I guess. And the Eagles have traded with the Kansas City Chiefs. Am I losing my mind? What's going on? What's happening in the world? Why are we helping the Eagles? And did we get anything worthwhile from them to do that trade? Now I have to go and look at what the trade was. Oh my gosh, we've traded with the Eagles. Chiefs are off the board. Wow. Okay. So that happened. Maxwell Hairston's with the Buffalo Bills. I hope the Eagles aren't taking Josh Simmons. Although I do like, you can't get them both, and I would like either him or Nick. But, you know, do I want the Eagles' offensive line to be even better and younger? Not really. Nick Emenwari would be a nice addition to our team. I don't want to see him on the Eagles in their secondary because that'd be a little bit of a nightmare. But when you get a big dude like that can run with that secondary they already have, we need a replacement for Justin Reed. This NFL broadcast just froze on me, I guess because I had my thing going at the same time. Yeah, Maxwell Hairston seems pretty stoked to be a Buffalo Bill. They can't play well. Be a great team to play for. Not as great as the Kansas City Chiefs or possibly the Eagles, but it'd be pretty fun. Although I'd rather not play for the Eagles. I mean, the Bills got to play in some cold-ass weather, though. It's pretty cold up there in the wintertime. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Haven't got that on. Cole Kelleher, good to see you, buddy. I had some of the other people in on the broadcast, and I lost them because I had to switch over because we had Echo City in the OBS Streamlabs studios again, which is no fun. As I mentioned over there, mentioned over here, I've been busy. The acting picked up again, which is good. Did a film. Can't release any information yet, but it'll be coming out on Lifetime, July or August when it gets released. As far as promotions, I'll let you guys know what to look for, and I'll be throughout the film. So you get a chance to see your boy working a little bit, which is nice. Not a taxing role, but it was fun. But anyway, I'm back for football. It's football time. Hong Force would be here tonight, but family issues. The boys are not well. They never get sick, and they got slammed this week. So I'll leave it at that. If she wants to extrapolate out from there, I'll let her do that when she's back on the show, hopefully next week when we break this draft down. But right now, we're just standing by to stand by. We're waiting for the Eagles selection to come in because we traded with them. And I'm curious what we gave them because I'd much rather that pick order was the way it was because we beat them in the Super Bowl. That did not happen, as we know. Let me see. Chiefs trade. Let's see if I can find it. If you can find it, Cole, let me know. Chiefs trade with Eagles today. Let's see what it says here. The Eagles acquired the 31st pick from the Kansas City Chiefs. According to an Instagram post, in exchange, the Eagles sent the Chiefs pick 164 and pick 32. So pick 164. That's down there. I don't know that's a great to trade with that team. That's I mean, as long as you don't think that they're targeting somebody you're targeting, just to get another pick, a 5th round pick that's coming up on the broadcast now. Picking the 32nd overall pick in the 5th round. So we'll be picking back to back at the bottom of the 5th round. Okay, that could be good. There's usually some good players hanging about at the bottom of the 5th round. They seem very stoked about the pick, the Eagles. So let's see what they do with it. It's not like their guys have a good draft room or anything. That's sarcasm because their draft room is pretty damn stoked. Pretty damn stacked and stoked and really good at their jobs. Speaking of draft rooms and how good they've been, the last week I've been hearing broadcasts and it's been driving me up the wall a little bit. Maybe you can commiserate with me as fellow Chief fans. Kevin Capel back in the house, sir. We didn't get it yet. We traded down with the Eagles and we got their 5th round pick and their 1st round pick for our one pick ahead of them. So we swapped picks and they gave us a 5th rounder for this year, which is nice instead of next year or 2 year, whatever stupid down the road years. Have you guys heard this stuff too? When people are talking about like PFF and the Mike Florio and Chris Sims broadcast and stuff, they're talking about it the other day, and then the Dan Patrick show talks about it. Do you guys hear the subliminal non-mentioning hate that goes on for our team? It's like, who did we piss off? Because they're talking about all-time draft teams for the past 5 to 10 years. And of course they go, oh, the Eagles, you got to go the Eagles. So the Georgia basically drafted the Georgia Bulldogs and they're this and they're that. And then who else is in there? And they're like, oh, you got Seattle. And you got Buffalo and you got the Packers. These are teams that always draft great. Those are the top 4 or 5. There's probably like a couple others we're not thinking of. I'm like, how about the team that's been to 5 Super Bowls and won 3? How about that team? Do you think they draft very well? Because they draft and build from within and win championships with the guys they pick. They might add a guy here or there. That's it. Like they had a Terrell Suggs. They had a Frank Clark when Terrell Suggs was gone. But most of the guys are in-house picks, in-house prospects. And they draft them and they coach them up and they put them on the field and they win a lot of football games. And, oh, yeah, but Patrick Mahomes. Okay, well, Patrick Mahomes isn't the MVP every year, right? Well, because, it's a team game. Right, then they're drafted well. Oh, but the coach. Oh, Andy Reid. Okay, but he's never getting head coach. Hasn't got it since, I think he got it once with the Eagles a million years ago. But they win. But it's because of Patrick Mahomes. But it's because of the team. But it's because of Andy. But it's because of the cycle. It's so ridiculous. They're showing a whole bunch of Eagle fans. So I'm assuming the pick's coming up very soon. Let me see if it's on the site already, because the site has been ahead of the broadcast steadily this evening, anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes ahead of the broadcast. It's not showing on the site yet. Let's see what they say here. They got the war room going. What are the guys saying on the channel? I'm curious about that. Let's see. They're showing a lot of the defensive guys, a lot of the picks in the last few years. I mean, yeah, they've got some studs for sure. They've drafted really well. But I put the Chiefs right in there. I put the Chiefs in there. I mean, I'm sorry, but we beat them in one of those Super Bowls, and we won 2 other ones. So, we lost 2, but we were at 5. That's pretty damn respectable. Pretty uncommon ground. Going to 3 in a row after winning the first 2, never been done before. But, do the Chiefs really draft well, though? Do they? Do they really? It's so ridiculous. Okay, the pick is in. Let's hear what they got to say. I'm curious. It's a long wait on the stage there. You guys think Shedeur is going to go this round? Do you think the Chiefs are going to trade out of the first round? I think the Steelers will trade back into the first. I wonder. We traded the pick away to the Eagles. And the Eagles select Jihad Campbell. That's another player, if you look on my X, that I mentioned to the guys over at Chiefs Concerns. That's another player that I liked. That's a big, fast linebacker out of Alabama. And I'm sure they'll show some of his tapes. I'm not sure. I didn't watch him much this year, so I don't know if he's not. He's more like the kid that went to Houston than a Reggie Ragland. He looks like a lean cut dude. So kudos to them. They just keep building. They lose a guy. They got another guy that's coming up, and they draft another guy. They just keep locking and loading, man. They're going to be a pain in the arse for a minute, the Eagles, if they can keep Jalen Hurts healthy, because I think he had 3 concussions last year, and they only reported 1. But, yeah, looks like a lean machine, that boy. Jihad Campbell, 5 sacks, 11.5 tackles for a loss, 117 tackles last season, career high. Yeah, good luck, NFC. I love watching these kids' dreams come true and watching teams get better because I want to beat them. I want to beat all of them. I want to win again. Looking forward to us running this sucker back. I think we can do it. Kevin Capel, I will answer your question soon. Who do we get? We will find out shortly. I'll hide that beta thing. I don't know what that is. Doing all kinds of new stuff on StreamYard. I don't know what's up with it, but we'll see. This is they're going to take forever now. 6'2" and 7'8", so basically 6'3", 235 pounds. It's a good size linebacker, and he can move too, so he's got some speed. The pick is in for the Kansas City Chiefs, guys. Is it Josh Simmons? Is it Nick Emenwari? Who's it going to be? Nick Emenwari, for those that don't know, let me read the breakdown for you. 6'3", 220 pounds, RAS score of 10. That's hard to get, 10. Nick Emenwari is one of the rarest safety talents standard in the NFL. He has the build of a linebacker, but the movement skills of a compact free safety. The NFL covets speed and size at every defensive position, and Emenwari fits the bill more than most. With a 4.38 second 40-yard dash and a 43-inch vertical jump, a 1 inch less than Michael Jordan. Emenwari arguably had the greatest testing performance ever by a safety in Indianapolis. NFL teams have been burned by super athletes at safety before, and to be clear, Emenwari needs to improve his run support diagnosis and trigger before he can be a true multi-level weapon. Nevertheless, his explosiveness is lethal as a click and close defender, and he has the coverage mobility and half-field vision to play too high or big nickel, as well as the catch point proactivity and physicality to produce in that hybrid role. Usage is key, but his ceiling is incredibly high. With an incredibly high ceiling and that versatile usage of capability in Spags' defense, I just think this kid would be a game-wrecking, game-changing player. There's my cat. One of our cats. Shush. My dog's over there saying, take me for a walk. I'll do it in a minute. You got to wait till this draft picks up. I like Josh Simmons a lot. I do. I would have no problem. I would love to get a tackle in there. That could be our tackle for the next number of years. Let's read about Josh Simmons. Not that either of these two are going to be necessarily the picks that we get. 6'4", 317. RAS was not available. I don't know why. This is athletic score, basically. If it wasn't for a season-ending injury, okay, I don't love that. Josh Simmons could have been more widely regarded as the best offensive line prospect in the draft. In the 6 games he started, Simmons put out some of the best and most consistent tape in the class, allowing just 1 QB pressure. I like the sound of that. While his injury opens the door for other prospects to be picked before him, Simmons still should be a first-round pick and could be a top 20 selection. His physical profile and athleticism are ideal in a franchise's cornerstone left tackle. And Simmons also has right tackle versatility. He does a tremendous job of mirroring pass rushers, using his fluidity to match and stay square. He also flashes high-end driving power and as a moving blocker in space. I was just getting excited about how well I was reading that and just jacked it all up. He also flashes high-end driving power as a moving blocker in space, and he can knock rushers off kilter with disorienting punches. Provided that he makes it back to full health, Simmons can start immediately and grow into an impact player. Sounds like the kind of guy that they could groom behind Joyner and Taylor and take over one of their spots next year or the year after and be the guy for the next 10 years. So I don't think we could miss on either of those prospects. I don't know that we will take either of those prospects. I hope that they're seriously looking at one of them. I like the Emenwari pick just because he can play right away. But there it is. It is, in fact, Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, is going to be your Kansas City Chiefs, probably left side protector, maybe this year, if not next year, and for many years after, depending on how the guys that are playing right now play out. Because if the guy they brought over from San Francisco is good but not great, and Taylor keeps getting penalties and jumping off sides and stuff, or false starts rather, Taylor might be out sooner than later, and they might slide the guy from the left over to the right and bring this kid in to be the left tackle. At least Brett Veach is making a commitment to protect Patrick Mahomes.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, tackle, Ohio State.
Here it is.
There you go, Josh Simmons.
Got some mixed crowd reviews, some boos and some cheers. That was weird. Almost 6'5", 317. It says on his tape there. It's a big dude. Big dude, lots of ability. Got hurt. I don't know what his injury was. Maybe Daniel Jeremiah will let us know. Oh, he's a California kid, so they're a little bit different. Mauling people. I like what I'm seeing. We'll have to watch some of his tape together in a second. Yeah, he's got a little bit of that Orlando pace, get down the field and hit people in the mouth. I like that. See what he says.
Early in his college career, he went to Ohio State, and I agree with you. He would have been in play for tackle number 1 or 2 outside of that injury.
Yeah, and here's the other part, as you look at it with Kansas City, they got Jalen Moore in free agency.
Jalen Moore. I want to say Jalen.
Jawan Taylor's their high-price right tackle. He's there. They needed the competition. The one thing that I know that Andy Reid, Brett Veach wanted and valued was length in an offensive tackle. They were getting an offensive tackle.
He's got that size and length.
Josh Simmons, much more than a Will Campbell type, right? Or a Kelvin Banks, where length might be an issue. Can Andy Reid wants that length to keep him away from Patrick Mahomes?
So night 1 is in the books.
Looks like a fit dude for a big offensive tackle. I'm curious to see what some of his tapes look like. So let's go ahead and take a peek-a-poo. It's never as exciting when offensive line is the pick, but they're good. You need them. You need them bad. I'm going to look at Josh Simmons right now. Nick Emenwari is still on the board. Remember that. Remember that name. I like that kid. And watch Malachi Starks next year. Could be something else for those disgusting Baltimore Ravens. Josh Simmons highlights. Let's see here. 7 days ago. I don't want a film session because that's just going to be somebody talking. It's the NFL film room. That might be the one. Okay, we're going to mute you because we don't need to hear that right now. And I'll find a way to pull this up again on StreamYard, and we'll take a look. Skip that. Let's see here. Okay, it's showing a photo. That's weird. Okay, let's bring it up on StreamYard for y'all. Let's see here. Present. Video file. Nope. Share screen. That's what it is. Present. Okay. Share screen. Josh Simmons, college football. Share. Let's take a look at it together. shall we?
It would have looked even better last week.
Toss it out, Jenkins.
It would have looked even better last week.
Toss it.
Okay, so this is him right here hopping out.
It would have looked even
Just sheds this
Better
guy and hops out and catches the linebacker coming downhill. Doesn't give him a chance.
Jenkins.
Turn the volume down on the desktop a little bit.
First run of the game. Henderson.
Do that again.
Good pace, Howard.
Well, just sheds that guy. Bottom of the screen. Pops the hole wide open for the running back. I like that. Our running backs will like that too. He's able to catch bull rushers and spit them out. That's something we've been missing for a minute. Ball got knocked away. Just puts that guy into the ground. I love that. Get him off balance and throw him in the ground. Just pushes the corner in. Give the running back room to run around. Double team. Turns around and takes on another guy. Okay. Out in space. 49. Sheds. 34. Keep him out. So shed one blocker. Pick up another block. 49 this time. Man up. No chance. Let's see here. Coming in. 49. Gets stoned. Just right. Stoned him right at the line. That's excellent. Cat's making weird noises. Here he is on the left of the screen. Just putting guys into the ground. Had a good game against Iowa for sure. Goes to the next level and takes linebacker out of the play. That's awesome. You guys recognize that, but I'm going to show it to you again because that's the play you don't sleep on. Look at this. Okay, he's right here. Just scoots up to the next level. Scoots between these two guys. Goes, you guys aren't going to be a factor. And I'm just going to go ahead because these guys got you. And I'm going to go ahead and take him all the way out of the play. And we're going to get in this guy's way. And in effect, block two guys at once. And the running back's out the gate. Can you see Pacheco or Kareem Hunt hitting that hole or even Steele? Just boom. Scoots out of there. Seal out, push him down the field, throw him on the ground. Nice. Nice finish. Catch, turn, spin him around. I like that he rides guys around the pocket, all the way around the pocket. They don't get progressively closer to the quarterback. He keeps that buffer zone so the quarterback's not getting touched so far. All he allowed was one hurry, they said. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing no hurries here. I'm seeing a lot of, you're not getting within orbit of the quarterback. Oh, this would be so nice if this kid pans out. Just for Patrick to know that he doesn't have to worry about his left side. Oh, just come on. Play like that. If we had play like that in the Super Bowl, it would have been a different story. Patrick would have thrown for 500 yards. Now, speaking of offense and throwing a lot of yards, I'm hoping Isaiah Bond falls to us and we get a second Texas speedster to play along with Xavier Worthy. I think that'd be nice. I think they would bring some nice competition with each other, too, as former teammates, new teammates. Look at that. Oh, I think that's Travion Henderson, too. That's a nice running back that's still out there. Not that we're in need of backs, but you always need bodies, right? So, man. Where is he at in this one? Let's see here. Right. Okay, he's in the middle of that gaggle. Coming out, looking. How far downfield is that? Okay, so that's about 7 yards from the goal to gain, line to gain. He contacts the guy 8 yards down the field, then pops another guy. This guy's an opportunistic blocker. He does his job and more. Okay, box him out, big man. Throw him on the ground. Another one. Keep it rolling. That guy just muckled onto. You might get a holding call in the NFL for that one. The guy was falling, but I mean, NFL's pretty cheese on those calls. He's often like downfield, pushing his guy into the abyss, not letting him get anywhere near the play. So that's good. That's good stuff. Another one, they bumped the guy way downfield, way upfield, if you want to say it that way. Double team, forget it. If he has help on you, no. Getting out in front of the play, crashes down on the blitzing linebacker or safety, whoever that is. Like that. Catch man, right around the pocket. 1001, 1002, oh, it's a run. He's shedding blockers and going to the next man, next level, every time. Just collapses the corner. Like, look at this. Look at this. Okay. This is against Penn State. Watch this corner collapse. He's right here. He's right here. Watch this corner just get, the whole line gets just driven down. You're all just a big mash of humanity. I love it. Okay, again, double team. There's no chance. You're getting destroyed there. On an island outside? Nope, you're not coming. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to take this guy. Okay. Keeps his feet moving. I like that. Keep those feet pepper potting. Tuk, 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 tuk. Got to look up what his injury was because that's kind of important. Let me put some sound back on for you guys here. I don't want to have it all the way down. A little bit of music in the background. It got loud again. Jeez. Yeah, he's up a lot. He stays up a lot. Hopefully his injury was nothing major. Got to trust our brass that they're doing their job, obviously. Looking into this stuff. Schlocks, what's going on, buddy? Well, to answer Kevin Cable's question, we got Josh Simmons. How am I feeling about Simmons? Talked about him before we picked him. Been on here for a minute. And from what his tape looks like, man, he allowed one hurry last year. That was it. He got hurt, though, so he missed some time. But this guy, this is a good chance he would have been a number 1 or number 2 tackle in the draft if he wasn't injured. But I'm like, what was the injury? I got to look the injury up. He allowed one hurry in all of his playing time last year. And most of his blocks, even when the guy's going around the edge, he's putting them into orbit. Next orbit, not the Earth orbit. Like they're not getting near the quarterback, and this is exactly the kind of play we've been missing. Any kind of consistent left tackle play where Patrick Mahomes doesn't always have to be worried about what's going on my backside. If he can feel secure a little bit, like and get a little more time to throw, like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, except for last year, usually get. I would like to see some of that Patrick Mahomes passing attack get going again, especially with the weapons we have right now. And we'll get Flowers back. Not Flowers, Hollywood Brown. Man, keep it going. Sorry, my brain's in 17 different places right now. I miss doing the show. I tell you, I was busy with acting stuff, and it's been good. But I can't give you any details. Wait till the fall. July, August, end of the summer, fall. There'll be a movie coming on in Lifetime. I'll let you know more about it when it happens. People have been seeing one of my commercials lately, so if you see that on TV, I'll just tell you there's yoga and there's the donkey, and I'm in it. Okay, let's go back to the stop the screen. There we go. I'm back. You're happy with it. Hopefully he's healthy. He looks great. He does look great, doesn't he? You like Simmons or Mike Green? Yeah, I mean, we got Simmons. So I like Nick. I keep forgetting his pronunciation of his last name. Emanwari. Nick Emanwari, the safety out of South Carolina. The kid's big and fast. I mean, he can do it all. And in Spag's diverse defense, a 6'3", 4-ish, whatever he is. I think he's 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 220-pound super athletic safety. Yeah, yes, please. Runs a 4.38 40, 43-inch vertical. Okay, throw over him. Throw over him when our guys press the pocket and see how that goes. So I know we don't usually go with those big, long safeties, but I would love to see that kid in a Chiefs uniform get a chance to do some damage back there. He can turn into anything like a Cam Chancellor with more Ed Reed play on the ball kind of ability and a little less knocking people out because that's not really kosher in the league anymore. But sideline to sideline, tackling guys, yeah, sign me up. Step them into the box once in a while when the tight end comes up. I mean, practicing against guys like Travis Kelce isn't going to make you bad. Yeah. There's no 3-hour show tonight, folks. I'll tell you that. Isn't going to make you bad at covering tight ends. So there's that. Let me mute this broadcast altogether because the first round is over. Tomorrow's round 2. I'll come back on again for a round 2 pick. I didn't want to do the whole thing this time. I nailed probably 10 with the exact guy. Had 3 or 4 others with the position, but didn't pick the guy. Just picked the position that the team was going to take. Some I was way off. I had no idea what they were going to do. Some of those guard picks, I was like surprised where they went. Most people I think had the first 4. It's a pretty no brainer. I figured the Giants were going to take. I figured the Giants were going to take the big defender from. Was he from Alabama? No, Penn State. Abdul Carter. I figured the Giants were going to take Carter. I can't. There's too many names tonight. I'm too tired. I'm sorry. I'm not my usual polished self. I haven't been following things like I normally psychotically do. I'm normally very involved in breaking down all the players. As you know, I did my first 2 mock drafts today online. And I think I got Josh Simmons in one or both of them. I can't remember. I have to look at my X account. But he was definitely a guy that I was targeting. It's my birthday next week, so I'm excited about that. I'll be another rotation around the sun. And other than that, man, let me see. Did I get him at all? I wanted him. I don't know if I got him at all in these ones. No, I didn't get him in these ones. Yeah, because he's usually gone way earlier. But I guess people are afraid of whatever his injury was. Let's go look it up right now while we're here. So let's see. Josh Simmons injury. Let's see here. Teams aren't concerned about Ohio State Josh Simmons' knee. Okay, it was his knee. That's what it says. That was today. They are wrong. Widely considered to be a first-round talent, but a torn patella tendon suffered last October has raised questions. Okay, patella sucks, but, guys come back from that too. So I don't want either, but I think I would rather patella than Achilles. I've had ACL. That sucks, but that's also one guys come back from now. A top 15 pick would indicate confidence that he can contribute in 2025, while slipping to the end of the first round or out of the first day entirely will hint at a potential redshirt rookie year. Like I said in the early part of the show, if this first season is a redshirt year and he's just playing behind Jalen Moore and Mr. Taylor, Jawan Taylor, that's fine with me. I think that it'd be good for him to learn the pro game from those guys. I would like to see him playing a bit. If he comes on late in the season, if one or both of those guys are struggling, or if one of those guys gets dicked up, we also need some more depth back there because that's not the answer. Those 3 guys alone, we're going to need another guy or 2 that can swing in there. We'll see what happens. But the way he blocks, man. Schlock says we need an edge with this next pick or trade up to get to the QB and constant win on pass rush. Next pick or trade up. Okay. That's a good suggestion. I wouldn't be against that. Is there an edge you're really excited about? Is there an edge that you'd really want right now? I'm going to look at my players available thing here. Let me see here. Prospects. Obviously, there's a bunch of guys gone. I called Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders earlier today. My buddy's like, I don't think he's going to be there. My buddy's a big Raiders fan. I go, I think you're going to be happy. Tyler Warren, I called in December. I said, just makes sense. That number 44 tight end, they need to get Dallas Clark's jersey ready for him. Colson Loveland, I called today. Will Johnson, I thought would be off the board in the first round. He's still there. He was nicked up too. Travis Hunter, I thought was going to go where he went, but I thought the Browns were going to stay there, and they traded down. Nolan, I didn't know he was going to go there. I thought that the Cardinals might actually take Josh Simmons right there, but I guess they were worried still. Armand Membu, I knew he was going to go around that area somewhere, but it was away from the draft at that time. Same with Mason Graham. Mikael Williams, if I was the 49ers, I was getting Matthew Golden for Brock Purdy, and I think they did him a disservice by not doing that, but we'll see. They went D-line instead, edge. Mike Green's still on the board, obviously. Jalen Walker, I called that one to the Falcons. Will Campbell, I wasn't around for that one. Calvin Banks, I wasn't around for that one. So like 4 through 9, I was away for a minute. Luther Burden's still on the board. Jedi Barron, I didn't know who the Broncos were going to go for, and I'm glad they went corner, and I'm glad they went under 6 foot because I'm never sad when we miss out on an under 6 foot corner. I just too many bad memories from that, from having small corners. That's where I was thinking of Flowers earlier. Great player in some aspects, and just remember, just think of him when you think of him and all the good things he did. Just remember trying to play the Texans and covering Andre Johnson, And it was just like, there's no chance. He had no chance. It was like a man against the boy. Golden to the Packers. I was like, but they need, I thought they were going to go Simmons. There was the other team. That was the second team I thought was going to go Simmons. And they went wide receiver. I'm like, wide receiver again? How many wide receivers do they need? How many do they have now? They need offensive line to protect their quarterback who got banged up last year. But okay. Shamar Stewart, I picked that one on the Bengals. I sent it on X, and my internet crashed right away. So I was like, all right. It's like that, huh? That's one of 23. They only put the first 23 picks up there. So still on the board, Donovan Ezeruwaku. I thought he was gone. Maybe it was the fake draft I was looking at. I think it was. Yeah, I thought Boston. I thought he went to Buffalo, and Buffalo actually took the corner. Yeah, Donovan Ezeruwaku. I don't know what you guys think of him. Nick Emanwari's still there. I love that kid. Luther Burden I like, but don't love. Mike Green, I just heard there's problems, issues with him. I don't think he's a Chief. Will Johnson, I don't think we're picking 2 injured guys in one draft. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the draft? Where do you think we're going next? I know you said you think we need an edge. Yeah, man, I can't say it enough. This is the statement of the evening right here. I'm happy with it, and hopefully he is healthy. He looks great. That's Josh Simmons in a nutshell right there. Well, I'm in a nutshell. Help. That's Josh Simmons in a nutshell. But I hope he's healthy. He looks great. That's exactly where I sit on that pick. And that's the guy I wanted. So if we went defense, I wanted Malachi Starks or Josh Simmons. Once Malachi was off the board to the Baltimore, no surprise. They were taking a guy like that. Then I wanted Emanwari or Simmons. And we got Simmons. I would have just said Simmons outright if we didn't pick up Jalen Moore from the 49ers. But the fact that we got Moore, even he's got limited gameplay, he started a bunch of games and he learned behind Trent Williams. So it's probably pretty damn good. Most of his plays, he looked pretty good to me on tape. He had a better rating than most of the linemen we had last year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Got to trust the brass. It's only day one. We got an extra pick. We got an extra 5th rounder now. We're going back to back at the bottom of the 5th round. There's always 4th, 5th round. There's always even 3rd, but 4th, 5th round as well. There's always some players there that you don't expect to be there. And it'll be nice to be able to take a couple instead of just taking one. And who knows what we're going to do from here. Maybe we'll use that pick to trade up and get that defensive pass rusher that you're looking for, you know. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Love chatting with you guys. We'll do this again tomorrow. Why not? It's round 2. We'll come back on for a little bit, and then we'll do a little bit more on Saturday and wrap it up. But for now, we've got Josh Simmons. We've got a tackle of the future. Hopefully the kid gets nice and healthy and strong. I'm sure he's motivated. I'm sure that happened early enough in the season, I think, that he's going to be able to make an impact this year, whether that's as a starter or a rotation guy. We get to see some of his work. He looks more promising. The last time I was this excited about an offensive draft pick was probably Eric Fisher. So for whatever that's worth, I like Fish. We took Fish for granted. We've been missing that for a minute, huh? What do you think? Anyway, guys, let's go. Let's get back to the championship. Let's win another one. Let's start with draft day 2 tomorrow. Till then, as always, go Chiefs. This thing, you got to double click in 2 different spots. Go Chiefs.